back to another video, and today we're going to do kind of like a sit down video with my boyfriend Jason.
It was Jason now.
You're not funny. I hate you. Today we are talking about basically just like being new parents, being a stay-at-home mom, like working and battling like 2 jobs. But we're just gonna go like right into this. The first question: how has these 10 months like been for you as a new dad?
Tired, obviously.
I think we're all tired, exhausted, more
yeah,
likely.
I don't think that a lot of times when like parents are, about to have a kid, they think about like the stuff that is gonna happen as soon as he's born.
Right.
You don't know how she's gonna take the pregnancy. You're gonna be sick or something. Sometimes it's exhausting because you like wants your attention all the time.
Yeah.
But it's cool though. And I like his reaction when he wakes up and I go get him and he always smiles and stuff. When I come in the room, he always laughs. I think that's kind of cool.
So you would say like the hardest part was when I feel like the hardest part was when we first brought him home.
Yeah.
I think the first 6 weeks, especially because like I was breastfeeding. Well, not was, I still am. I'm 10 months in. But I think the first 6 weeks were hard because I knew a lot about kids and like with children, babies, and I've always told him. But I feel like it's different when you bring a newborn home and it's like they kind of just say like, okay, here, like now it's you, like this is your child and you need to like wake up when baby cries. And like half the time like people cry and Jason would look at me like, what's wrong with him? And I'm like, I don't have the answers to everything, And I literally was telling him like I don't have the answers to everything, like I don't know. And he'd be like, well, aren't you supposed to know? And I'm like, well,
I think as well, as far as I think if you're bringing a new kid into your home and stuff like that, I know family likes to come out and be a part of it and help you out in the first week or two. But I think if you're gonna do it, either do it without family or like one person.
Or not.
Because if you do too many, I think it's overbearing where it's like everybody wants to help at once.
But I don't think that he means like necessarily like don't do it without family. I kind of think like if you're gonna have family over, obviously like in our case, like we don't live anywhere near our family. So I think it's kind of like if you do have family near you, let them come, let them help, let them leave to their house. Like don't have people, in our opinion, don't have people like stay over, because I think that just creates so much more stress to being a new mom, being a new dad, on new baby. I feel like personally, like whenever we were to have another kid, I kind of just wanted to just be like me and you, and like
But I think with the second kid would be a lot simpler.
A lot simpler,
because we kind of
a
little bit of what to expect.
Yeah, but what I mean is kind of like if people are gonna come over to help, they can they can come over to help and then leave, not stay, because it's kind of a constant like worrying about other people, when in reality, this whole thing is just about us.
Yeah, and there's no fault to family members, obviously, because they want to be helpful, and friends want to be helpful as well. Yeah. But it's more like there's a certain amount of time that you guys just need to deal with baby. In
our case,
and mainly that was probably just our case.
Yeah, and I feel like in our case it was kind of like it was just bad timing because like we had a lot going on with like when Jax was born. Then he was jaundiced, and then I got a really bad stomach virus, and it was just too much all at once, all within a week of him being born. Yeah. So I think that.
And so as far as like being home all the time, always like job, like Jax being your 24/7 job all the time. Like I understand that I work 2 jobs and there's like time.
Why am I crying?
No, there's like things in between and but I know, like I obviously I don't understand because I'm not there every day, but I know it has to be certain things. Like, so as far as like being home with Jax 24/7, just like as far as just like a 12-hour breakdown from when I'm not home, when you're just kind of like the whole kind of like step through. It's a small story, I guess. You have to like cut it down.
Well, if you're kind of wanna like, okay, I just want to put this out there. I feel like being a working mom and being a stay-at-home mom, I think that your job never ends. Not taking away from like what dads do, because I think that you have a very hard job. You work all the time, and then you come home and you still have energy to be a father and to be a boyfriend to me. But I feel like one, you get to see people, so it's different.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
And yeah, so like I think that it's so hard because it's kind of like you try to like balance like taking care of your child, taking care of yourself, and the housework. Sometimes there's days where like I can't even get to like doing things around the house because like for example like this week alone like he's going through a leak and he's teething, he's getting 2 more teeth in the top, and he was so fussy. He didn't want me to even leave the room. Like I couldn't even leave the living room because he refused. He literally screamed bloody murder, and I'm just like, and Jackson's a very good kid. Like he sleeps well. He sleeps through the night. He sleeps from 7:50 all the way to sometimes if we don't have to get up at 6:30, he sleeps till 7:30. That's the longest we ever let him sleep because obviously he has to get up to eat. But just to sum it up, like I think that stay-at-home moms have a very hard job. It definitely gets lonely. Like for example, like I was supposed to film this video a long time ago, and I've kind of been in like a funk because it does get lonely, and like it kind of gets repetitive, and especially because like we don't have any help. Like it's just us here. We live in Buffalo, and my family lives 6 hours away, going like to New York or Maryland, and then Florida, like super far away, and it's just us. Like we only have each other to rely on.
Yeah. So just speaking of something recent, which obviously just like our trip to Florida. How about you break down our trip to Florida a little bit?
It was so much fun. I actually was supposed to vlog, and I just decided to just take like just enjoy my time there and not focus on picking up the camera. It was just so much fun. Like I think that seeing Jax like respond to other people,
like such a big crowd of people.
It was so many people visiting, and it was just so much fun. And it kind of like put into like we already have plans of moving, but just that trip alone kind of like said it like we need to like go, and because it's just good for him to see other people. Like in reality, he only gets to really see just me and you.
Yeah.
And the occasional like when we have like friends over, he sees people, but he really doesn't see people. So I think that was very good for him. He has so much fun. Like how has our relationship like basically like not taking a toll, but how is our relationship different back then and now? I feel like, and I'm gonna say this because I feel like a lot of people think like, oh, sometimes your relationship your kids are either gonna make or break your relationship, and yes, it is true. I feel like children that they literally keep you on your toes 24/7. You never know. Like there's been times where like we might be like, oh, we're gonna do this today, and like we can't do it because Jax, I don't know, like something's, you know what I mean? So it's different, and I just think that.
And and sorry to cut you off, but I think one of the big things too, as far as like making a relationship work, and as far as I remember back before you were pregnant, before any of that stuff, even when we still lived in the old place, a lot of arguments that you have, when there isn't a pregnancy involved, or even there is a baby involved, I think a kid sometimes can kind of like put in perspective that some of those things are so small that you can overlook them, and sometimes you would think about breakup even when there's not a kid involved and things like that, and you got to really like break it down to see if whatever it is that you want to end the relationship with somebody is worth the reason. It's not just like, oh, they do this thing that annoys me and stuff like that. So I think that with Jack being involved, we've understood our roles. You took your half of the load, I took my half. And if for some reason we felt that it was uneven, we spoke about it, and we hashed it out.
I think communication is like the key to making it work, especially when there's a kid involved.
Yeah, I mean, there's sense of too much communication, but I think that there's a good amount.
A good amount.
Where and I say this from a guy's perspective. I don't know if for females perspective it's the same thing, because I'm not going to speak on a perspective that I won't know about. But I think for men specifically, you have to be able to understand that you're no longer second or first or whatever. You have to be able to understand that the kid first, and then all your responsibilities that you have to make sure they're good, to make sure that the kid is okay, and then third place is the girlfriend or the wife or whatever it may be in your case, and then you, because I think a lot of men, due to the male ego or whatever the case may be, they don't know how to accept that role. And stuff like that.
And even like women too, like I think that, like for example, when you use myself as an example, I like you said, like before, like I feel like me, let's say like I got pregnant when I was 21 and I had Jackson when I was 22. My mentality then was so much different to like who I am now. Yes, as like our relationships, we've had our fair share of arguments, and I feel like my mentality then, like I would get mad as a lot of things that were so and like finding out I was pregnant, and actually, and not even that, but just like having Jax, I think that now I'm in a place where it's like sometimes, even if it's like the little thing that I know that probably would bother me, like back then, or like, I don't know, I just think that mentally you kind of grow up, and it's like now it's not just you, like it's another human that depends on you, and I feel like kids feed off your energy, and it's like, why do I have to sit here and be upset over something that doesn't even matter when my kid's here and he's who matters, you know what I mean? And I think that that kind of like helped us in our relationship and just like in being a family. Like I feel like now, like if we have an argument, it'll be done in like 5 minutes and that's it. It'll be like, okay, like we'll talk it out. Sometimes I'll be like, yeah, whatever, I'm upset, but like the bigger picture is like our child, and just like I feel like I'm genuinely happy, and when I see Jack smile and the way that you guys interact and the way that he is with us, like I feel like in reality, like people always say like, oh my God, you're so young and you have kids, you have a kid, like I got this a bunch of times, oh your life is over. Honey, no, my life just began. Like that little boy brings so much happiness into my life, and I feel like he's brought so many different things into our relationship. Like I just think that it's just, he makes everything 100% better.
And I think, and a lot of times it's a lot about, you know, obviously you said that, you know, your energy kind of like, you know, the kids feed off your energy. Same thing goes as far as a relationship. When you're doing certain things, especially with a kid, you don't think about how you're gonna run the same errands the way you used to do them before when you didn't have a kid. So kind of just go into how, you know, as far as how difficult or how different it is to go grocery shopping, things like clothes shopping.
Let me just put this out
there. Even go to go get food or something like that.
Let me just put this out there. First of all, it's hard. Like I think that when I was pregnant, and like you don't think about these things. You don't think about, oh, like what's everyday life going to be like doing the simplest thing as like before you could just put your jacket on or whatever and be like, oh, okay, let's go. I'm gonna go to grocery shopping. No. Now, like when they say your life revolves around your kid and what you're gonna do, that is so true. Like, okay, for me to go grocery shopping or for us to even do anything, what has to happen? Okay, did Jax eat? Is diaper change? Or is he gonna take a nap anytime soon? Do we have time to go do this? Obviously, he can take a nap in the car, that's not an issue. But just like, especially here, because we live in Buffalo and it's super cold, we have to put his coat on, put our coat on, walk to the car, and then like wait for the car to heat up, put his coat, take his coat out, put him in the car seat, and when I drive where we're gonna go, obviously, and then put his coat back on, and then go to the grocery store. And it's so hard because try going, and I know that everybody deals with people that have kids, but like just doing the simplest task would take that if you were just by yourself, 30 minutes will take an hour and a half just because you have a kid.
The process is different.
Yeah.
Like it you know, it's more preparation than
and
before.
Don't get me wrong, now it's like routine. It's routine. Yeah. Like it's like I feel like my mentality back then, I know how you feel. It's kind of like it's your life. This is what you do now. It doesn't feel like we're doing something extra. Like it's just our life. And people who look at us like, you know, you have to do a lot of different things, and it's like now I don't see it like, oh my God, no. It's just
like credit to you, honestly. Like credit to you, like you know. Like think it's grocery shopping, you know, you looked at it like, damn, like it's so difficult to go in there and buy more than 3 items and be able to hold Jackson, walk out the store with a bag in your hand, plus him, depending on what mood you may be in. And you know, you take an initiative as far as like being able to find certain places that do, you know, that they'll at least bring the groceries out to the car to you and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
You know,
this is a life hack. Let me tell you guys, let me put y'all on. I know y'all know. Target, I love them because all I gotta do is just go on my phone, and click pick up, and they will bring that stuff to the car, and that is what I'm talking about. One, it keeps you on your list, on your budget. You don't gotta go in there because I know he hates when we go to Target because I'll be like, ooh, we need this, ooh, we need that, and he'd be like, come on, like we came here for 2 things, like why we have 50 million items in our damn cart now?
And really quickly, and I know, because you know, I give you a hard time because there's times that you give me a hard time about certain things, but like, know the difference between a necessity and just something you think you like. Like your kid needs certain things and they don't need certain things. Like, you know, and I mean that in general. Like, nah, because you try to say like, oh, he has like 10 of these things, that's not enough. Like, there's a certain amount of numbers that he'll be okay. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like necessity and need or like wanting something is a big difference.
He means because like I have an obsession at looking at baby clothes, but in reality, like there is never.
But baby clothes is like to an extent, it can be excessive. And
no, but I don't have excessive. If I show you guys Jackson's room right now, like he's the most simplest baby. Like,
of course.
Come on.
But I'm saying in the sense of, okay, you say, oh, he doesn't have like his pajamas, like
the
he
sleepers.
But he could sleep in something else. Like he doesn't need. He can sleep without a sleeper.
It's warm and it's cold.
Okay, but that's the whole point of the sleep cycle, though, isn't it? All right then. So then.
No.
So that's a. See, we didn't do this all day.
But back to the whole like mom hack, and then Walmart also does like grocery pickup. I did grocery pickup once, but like I'm picky when it comes to groceries. Like I like kind of like going shopping for my own because like
you can pick the stuff.
You can pick the stuff that you want. So usually like when we're gonna go grocery shopping, like we go as a family. Or like sometimes I don't really like doing this much because I honestly like I feel like I like grocery shopping as a family. Like I feel like it's cool, and I kind of like I don't know why, but I like love going to places with you. Like I don't know if maybe it's like attachment issue like that, but I
know what you're gonna say though because I always say something funny about.
Yeah, like it's just funny. Like I don't know. I just think that like whenever we're like around each other, like I like even the dumbest things, like he would be like, oh my god, look, like. I just think it's fun, like instead of just going to the grocery store and making it boring, like okay, I need this, and just coming home. So I think it's nice.
And also, and this is not a shot to you, obviously, because you always think like I'm not talking about you, but that's not it. I'm just using it as an example.
You stay talking about me.
No. I'm saying, like there should be a limit of how much you talk about baby stuff all day. Like break down topics where y'all speak more than just about. Like you know what I mean, as far as
because at the end of the day, like
because we work on that. Because I feel like we're at a place where
it was just baby talk.
Yeah, because if
coming from me,
no, in general, because I didn't know anything at all.
So we had to pause the video because Jax woke up from his nap. So Jason went to go get him, so we could like kind of like wrap up this video. So excited for you guys to see my little honey. He's so big. Hi, Papa. Hi.
Mr. Grumpy and Sleepy Hair himself.
Hello. You're kind of monkey. Hi. Oh my goodness. Look. Say hi. Hi. Say hi.
Hello.
This is Jax Castillo. We love him. And he completes our life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a tip for like new moms or people that are married or just people that want to have kids in general. I think that you're never ready to have a kid. Whether you are, I don't know, in college or you're done with school and you're working. I don't think that when people say like, oh, it's the perfect time to have a kid, I don't think that that's true. I think that it's what you make of it. And if it happens, if you're planning it and it works out for you, I think that just the beauty of it is just being able to embrace it.
Yeah.
Be a better person for your kid. Like they deserve the better version of you. And I think that that's one of the things that people say like, oh, like that person isn't. Like, for example, myself, like, if you looked at me in college, like, I was partying, and I lived my life, and yeah, that was a stage of my life, and I had fun, but, that's not who I am now. Like, I am a mom, and before I'm a mom, I'm just about, but, I have fun with it. Like, that's my son, and he comes first, and he deserves the best version of myself. Right now, I'm a mom, but eventually, there will be a time where I will go back to work, and I actually have, like, plans that I want to do for myself and for him to have a better life for himself.
Yeah, and like I said, just don't use your past as an excuse as why to be the person you think you are or something like that. Like you can adjust to make sure that other people have maybe what you didn't have.
A lot of people sometimes, like, for example, like you work so much. And people don't understand too that other people have it easier when you have help, and in reality, like it's hard. Then they're not gonna, they can't see him. It's hard because we don't have help. Like it's just us, so we kind of like balance off each other. If I have to do something, we kind of work with if you can stay with Jack, or can we just do it as a family? So you can go to something and I can do what I have to do.
Yeah.
But just in general, like it's been hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it's so hard because we don't have like we haven't been out by ourselves in 10 months.
Yeah. Plus,
because we don't have anybody to stay with him. But don't get me wrong, like I absolutely love the time that we spend, and I think that we will never get this time back.
yeah,
and it's gonna get easier and better for us because he's gonna grow up and go to school. But it's okay. For good times to come, hard times have to. And it's not that it's hard in that sense, but it is just hard just because it's just only us.
And a side note, like as far as when we mean help, we mean like having somebody to take Jax for 10 minutes, or 15 minutes for us to take a shower and stuff like that. But I do want to shout out, all the friends that obviously didn't change up on us. A lot of people have gifted so many things to Jax. Our parents have done, our parents have done some stuff. Anything that they give is appreciated. So that goes to anybody, small or big gift that you might have given to Jax. Like, we appreciate y'all because that stuff went a long way.
Especially because we live so far, like. We didn't think that we would have so much support as with gifts for him, because we live so far. Like usually, people give you the things because we live close, or they come and take it. Like we have people that literally just send us things for him, just because, and it's amazing. Like and mostly coming from when you talk about friends, we mean dear friends, because one thing that really sucked was that for me was that when I got pregnant, and even in the midst of my pregnancy and after, I lost a lot of people that I thought were my so-called friends, just because and I get it, you're in a different time in your life, but I don't think that that's a reason to kind of switch up on people. But it's okay. I said it with a grain of salt. If you're not in my life anymore, it was meant to be. You serve the purpose. And at the end of the day, I thought about it this way. I don't want temporary people in my son's life, because he doesn't deserve that.
Yeah. Plus, I can understand from a standpoint where there's a lot of people that think, oh well, I don't have kids and I don't have a significant
other. And it's understandable.
So and a lot of people maybe don't know how to hang with somebody that has a significant other or a kid, and I get that. But you don't have responsibility, you know what I mean? They do. You can still hang out with them, but
just to kind of some of our videos. Just thank you so much for watching this video. If you stood by us, because this video is probably so long, we both love to talk clearly, and we love to be on hands. And then you guys got to see our little munchkin.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching our video, and we'll see you next time.